Oh, girl! I am here at DragCon UK with my wonderful co-host, Thotter Stew. Hello.
Hi, I am Thotter Stew. I've learnt my name after this many interviews. Hi.
Well done.
Thanks.
So glad. And we are joined by the very wonderful Imaa Queen. Hello.
Hello. Do you hear me when I am in this distance? Or do you
Probably,
yeah. It's like
ASMR.
we have done this before.
We have.
How are you finding DragCon?
It's overwhelming. It's I have never, the season were this year.
Yeah.
So for us in Sweden, this is quite new. And Sweden is a large country with less people than London, even. So it's quite crazy. And all the winners, all the countries, all the cultures, and all the expensive costumes, all the rhinestone, bling bling, feathers. How can't you be obsessed?
Yeah.
And just look at the floor after everyone's been in as well. There's so many feathers and rhinestones.
It's glitter everywhere.
You could probably make. Oh, that's a good idea actually. You could make a dress out of what you find on the floor.
Yeah.
In the nicest possible way.
This is what I'm doing. And you see, I have like 315 stockings on me right now. I never threw anything away.
Do you know what? I did not clock that they were stockings, except for the obvious ones toward the bottom.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everything is recycled. And I have never thrown away a stocking. Even my sisters and my daughters, I like forcing them, you should not throw away a stocking.
Turn it into something else.
Yeah.
Turn it into art.
Of course.
Wash and reuse. Wash it and reuse it.
Exactly.
Someone
And with
should tell us.
everything, of course. I'm collecting now blue oysters from restaurants. I'm collecting corks and champagne bottles. So I'm recycle a lot and do like crazy costumes and want to do like the living art, or when it shows it needs to be more glamorous, and then it's more like pageanty. But I love the spectre of drag. You can do everything.
Absolutely. And also you can turn it into a bag. Effectively. I love
Exactly.
this. Spotting that was like, I want that. Like, I just need a pouch. It's good to look at the pouch.
Quite good, because if you're ever in a dodgy area, you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your bag because it just blends in so well. And
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I love it.
So how has your career changed since being on Sweden, on Drag Race Sweden?
It has been a roller coaster, actually. I have done this since 2008, and I started when the first season of the American Drag Race started. Almost, it was 2008, wasn't it?
Sometime around that.
Exactly. So in my country, I have worked hard and a long time, and for me it was obvious to be in Drag Race. So it has been a journey, and it was fun. And it was also fun to be closer to my sisters, because we all know each other, but we don't meet each other all the time. So it was very fun.
You got to represent non-binary art as well, which
Yeah.
is obviously we don't get that much of it on TV. What's it like, and what's the reception been to that?
For me, even since I was a teenager, gender have never been an important thing for me. I've always been very angry when people asking me what kind of gender I am, because I just want to be a human being, just be myself. I know what I have between my legs, but it doesn't matter how I dress. It goes a little bit to two directions, because some in our community are very picky on what kind of gender they want to be called. It's very important to be called they. But for me, it becomes like it's just a word. But of course, you should respect that.
Yeah.
Of course. But for me, it's more important to respect no matter who you are, you need to let them be. And I don't think it's important. And of course, sometimes when you said she, he, whatever, you like looking on the outside, and that's like the question in this problematic stuff. And that's the journey as a human being on this planet. We are learning new stuff all the time. What we have right now in this era is very new for our brains in generally. And you can see in science that our brains doesn't change so much in like thousands of years. So you can imagine like in these 300 years, we have so much new, and we are like working against the nature of our genetic, but we know what's the right, but what we are programmed to do doesn't fit to our world right now. So, and that is the fight, what we're doing. And that's the fun thing with drag, because you're playing with identity. And identity shouldn't matter. It should be fun, and it should be art, it should be a game, and it should be a way to be smarter about who we are and what we can do and what we can create and how we can, yeah. And of course, it's also high up what we want to buy more, and it's more dangerous for environment with the glitter and blah blah blah. But if we think about the creating part, the identity part, then it's very important, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt. And you've got to just approach everything with respect. That's the most important, because you can learn from the respect,
Yeah.
realistically, you know. It doesn't take more than 30 seconds to ask someone how they want to be approached.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can find that out like that. Why can't you take that time, you know? And why can't you respect it however someone wants to identify?
Exactly. We live in our bubbles all the time. We have our families, we have our children, they have their jobs, we poop, we eat, we sleep, blah, blah, blah. So the entertainment is like a ringing bell for a lot of people, and for us that just work with entertainment, we are also in a bubble, because the reality doesn't look like that.
No.
So it's also important for us to remember that people doesn't think like us. So we can't also be rude to people that don't understand. I don't like when people say that you should read about the information, you need to communicate it. I am not a reading person, I'm quite dumb when it comes to reading and do that school stuff. I am a creative person, I have learned a lot to just be with people. So it's so important that we can talk, and that we can communicate and not be so fired up about small words. Just evolve it. What did you mean? What do you thinking? What the behind story behind what people saying? Because it's a lot of misunderstandings also, especially in social media, when everything is built up on social media.
So bad.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of education from the conversation, though. You don't have to read.
Exactly.
You can speak. You know, the communication is key with a lot of things. On a less serious note, we like to end with a bit of fun. So
Yeah.
would you like to play a little game?
Yeah, yes.
So it's kind of a game. It's more just us asking a few quick little fire questions. If you lost the use of your arms just before a really, really important gig that would change not just your life but potentially the community, like this, you need 3 people to help you. 1 to do your makeup, 1 to do your costume, and 1 to put together your track.
Should
You choose for each.
Should I choose a famous drag queen now?
Anyone you like. You can promote any drag act that you would like to promote. As long as you genuinely trust them to do those things.
So the makeup is my sister. She stands there. Lavender Whip. She started with drag when I was starting, and she have helped me with my makeup palette also, with everything. So she would be my makeup hooker, absolutely.
I mean, if this is what's being created by working together, then yeah. Good
Yeah,
choice.
and then it was clothing.
Clothing, yeah.
Then I have my drag mother and drag father, the Billbergs. Do you know them?
Yes.
Yeah, they are from Malmö, Sweden. They are amazing.
Really good artists.
They are crazy. So absolutely them. And what was the third thing?
You saw your performance, basically your track or your choreography.
God, and a good choreographer and that producer. I have been very close to Endigo now. Have you met Endigo?
Not yet.
No?
We watched them perform though.
Endigo produce everything themselves, so I would like to have Endigo as producer that helping me. That's what is catching up my brain right now. I have a lot of more people in my life, but that's the best answer I have right
It's
now.
a good answer. It's a good combination. I would watch that show. I think we should maybe actually tie your hands and see
Yeah.
what happens. Oh, they're free. Oh, she's back. Thank you so much for the interview, and we hope you enjoy the rest of DragCon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mwah. Mwah. Mwah.
Bye.
Oh, 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 oh.